大家好，我是 Jenny， 欢迎来到沉思者 J。今天我们要认识一位用料理征服全球的传奇人物，他的名字叫做阿兰杜卡斯，他是法国人，他是当代最伟大的厨师之一，他旗下的餐厅曾同时拥有21颗米其林星星，这个纪录让全世界为之震惊。一个厨师21颗星，这不是神话，这是真实的人生。让我们从头说起。阿兰杜卡斯1956年9月13日出生，他的故乡是法国西南部的加斯科涅地区，那是一片田野辽阔的农村土地，那里的人们热爱美食，尊重大地的馈赠。他在祖母的农场长大，祖母是他人生中第一位厨艺老师。小小的阿兰每天看着祖母在厨房忙碌，他看见鸡鸭鹅在院子里奔跑，他看见蔬菜从土地里长出来，他看见食材从农场走进厨房，变成餐桌上的美食。这段童年记忆深深烙印在他的心底。他后来说，是祖母教会了他什么叫做真正的美食，不是炫技，而是尊重食材本身。16岁，阿兰杜卡斯做出了人生中第一个重大决定，他决定成为一名厨师。他进入波尔多的厨艺学校学习，他是个认真又充满热情的学生。毕业之后，他开始了自己的学徒之旅。他先后在多家法国顶级餐厅工作，他吸收每一位前辈的智慧与技艺，他像海绵一样，把所有东西都记在脑海里。然后，他遇见了改变他一生的人，这个人叫做罗杰维尔杰。罗杰维尔杰是法国厨艺界的传奇人物，他被称为法式料理的诗人。阿兰杜卡斯在他的餐厅里工作，受到了极大的启发。他学到了厨艺不仅仅是技术，厨艺是一种语言，一种表达灵魂的方式。这个认识让他的料理观从此脱胎换骨。20几岁的阿兰杜卡斯已经展现出惊人的才华。他受邀前往摩纳哥，主持一家新餐厅的厨房。摩纳哥是地中海边的小公国，那里的阳光、海洋与丰富食材给了他全新的灵感。他把南法的风土融入料理之中，他把地中海的色彩带上餐桌。这家餐厅很快就获得了米其林3星的最高评鉴。阿兰杜卡斯从此站上了法式料理的顶峰。但是命运有时候会开玩笑。1984年，阿兰杜卡斯遭遇了一场严重的空难，他是少数幸存者之一。飞机在阿尔卑斯山附近坠毁，他的几位同行好友在这次事故中罹难。这场意外让他重伤，在医院里躺了很长一段时间。在那段漫长的复原过程中，他思考了很多：人生为何而来？料理的意义究竟是什么？他重新审视自己的每一个选择。他说，那次意外之后，他对生命有了更深的感激，他对食物有了更虔诚的态度。每一道菜都是一种感谢，感谢还能站在厨房里的每一天。康复之后，阿兰杜卡斯回到厨房，他比以前更加投入，也更加深刻。他继续在摩纳哥的餐厅工作，他不断地钻研、试验、创新。他把普罗旺斯的香草带进菜单，他把尼斯的橄榄油变成灵魂食材。他的料理风格越来越具有个人特色，清新、优雅，充满南方阳光的气息。1987年，他接手了摩纳哥的路易15餐厅。这家餐厅是爱德华王子特别委托他设计的。阿兰杜卡斯接下了这个挑战，他用了不到3年的时间，让路易15餐厅获得了米其林3星的评鉴。这个速度震惊了整个法国厨艺界。路易15餐厅成为了他的代表作，那里的菜单每一道都像是一首诗，龙虾、松露、鹅肝、海胆。但它不只是堆砌昂贵食材，它用的是智慧，用的是故事。每一道菜背后都有一段来自土地的记忆。他告诉客人，这道菜的番茄来自哪里，那道菜的橄榄油是哪个小村庄的农民亲手采摘的。他让吃饭变成了一种文化的旅行。成功之后，阿兰杜卡斯并没有停下脚步，他开始把目光投向更广阔的世界。他在巴黎开设了新的餐厅，他进军纽约，让法式料理在美国掀起热潮。 他在东京设立据点，与日本的精致饮食文化对话。他在伦敦、杜拜、香港相继展开布局。他的帝国越来越庞大，但他始终坚持一个原则：每一家餐厅都必须有灵魂，不只是美食，而是一个让人记住的体验。2000年，他创下了那个历史性的纪录。他旗下的餐厅同时拥有21颗米其林星星，法国的3颗，加上摩纳哥的3颗，再加上纽约的3颗，这个数字前所未有。法国政府为此授予他最高荣誉。全球美食媒体都在讨论这个料理皇帝的故事。但阿兰杜卡斯有一件事让很多人感到意外。2017年，他亲手摘除了巴黎其中一家餐厅的米其林星星，不是因为餐厅品质下降，而是他主动向米其林要求退出评鉴系统。他说，星星已经不再重要了。他说，他不想让厨师们因为追求星星而失去创作的自由。他想让料理回归到最纯粹的本质。这个决定震惊了整个美食界。有人说他疯了，有人说他伟大，但他自己说，这是他一生中最正确的决定之一。阿兰杜卡斯对于美食教育有着非常深的使命感。他在巴黎创立了杜卡斯教育机构，这是一所培养厨师的专业学校。他希望把他数十年的厨艺智慧传递给下一代。他相信，厨师不只是做菜的人，厨师是文化的保存者，厨师是土地与餐桌之间的桥梁。他的学校已经培育了数千位来自世界各地的厨艺人才，很多人后来都成为了各自国家最出色的厨师。他对于永续饮食也有非常强烈的信念。他倡导使用当地食材，减少碳排放。他支持小农耕作，对抗工业化农业。他认为，一道真正伟大的菜必须对土地友善。他在摩纳哥的餐厅有自己的有机农场，他让厨师们亲自去农场采摘食材。他说，只有真正了解食材的生长过程，才能真正尊重食材。阿兰杜卡斯的料理哲学可以用3个字来概括，那就是本质、精准、尊重。本质是指寻找每种食材最原始的风味，精准是指每一个动作、每一个温度都必须恰到好处，尊重是指对食材、对农民、对客人都保持最高的敬意。他曾经说过一句话，让很多人深受感动。他说，厨师的工作就是把土地的语言翻译给人们听。土地说什么，厨师就用料理表达什么。这种对自然的敬畏让他的料理充满了灵性。除了餐厅和学校，他还写了很多烹饪书籍。这些书籍不只是食谱，更是饮食哲学的载体。他用文字记录了他对料理的所有思考。他想让更多人理解，一顿好的饭是可以改变心情的，一顿好的饭是可以治愈心灵的。他相信，料理是人类文明最美丽的表达方式之一。说到他的料理风格，有几个特点值得一提。第一，他极度重视蔬菜。在很多传统法式料理中，肉类才是主角，但阿兰杜卡斯认为，蔬菜才是真正的宝藏。他花了大量心思，把蔬菜做得比肉更精彩。他让一颗番茄、一根胡萝卜也能成为主角。他近年来更是大力推动以蔬食为主的料理方向。他认为这是对未来地球负责任的选择。第二，他非常珍视法国各地的饮食传统。他走遍法国每一个角落，记录那些快要消失的传统菜肴。他认为这些乡村料理才是法国文化的根基。他把这些传统智慧融入他现代的料理创作之中。第三，他喜欢与不同文化对话。他在日本工作的经历，让他学到了日本料理对食材的极致尊重。他把这种减法哲学带回到法式料理之中，越少的干预，越能彰显食材的本色。今天的阿兰杜卡斯依然活跃在美食界的第一线，他依然每天思考料理的未来应该走向何方，他依然在培育新一代的厨师，他依然在旅行，寻找那些让他感动的食材与故事。他的人生是一部关于热情与坚持的传奇，从加斯科涅的农村小孩到全球美食帝国的缔造者。 他从未忘记祖母厨房里的那股香气，那是土地的味道，那是爱的味道。他把这份爱化作每一道菜，送到全世界每一位客人的面前。一个厨师可以改变世界吗？阿兰杜卡斯用他的一生回答了这个问题。答案是可以的，只要你用心，只要你真诚，只要你从不停止学习。料理可以是最有力量的语言。感谢各位今天和 Jenny 一起认识了这位伟大的美食大师。如果你有机会去法国，或者去摩纳哥，记得去路易15餐厅，尝一尝那道让全世界着迷的料理。你一定会明白，为什么有人说，吃进嘴里的，不只是食物，而是一段历史，一种文化，一份爱。我们下次见咯。Hello everyone, I'm Jenny. Welcome to Thinker J. Today we are going to meet a legendary figure who conquered the world through the art of cooking. His name is Alain Ducasse. He is French. He is one of the greatest chefs of our time. At one point, the restaurants under his name collectively held 21 Michelin stars. That record stunned the entire world. One chef, 21 stars. This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. Let us start from the very beginning. Alain Ducasse was born on September 13, 1956. His hometown is in the Gascony region of southwestern France. It is a land of wide open fields and quiet countryside. The people there love good food and respect what the earth provides. He grew up on his grandmother's farm. His grandmother was the first culinary teacher in his life. Young Alain would watch his grandmother bustling around the kitchen every single day. He watched chickens and ducks roaming freely in the yard. He watched vegetables growing out of the soil. He watched ingredients travel from the farm to the kitchen and finally transform into beautiful dishes on the table. Those childhood memories were etched deeply into his heart. He later said it was his grandmother who taught him what truly great food meant. Not showing off techniques, but honoring the ingredients themselves. At 16, Alain Ducasse made the first major decision of his life. He decided to become a chef. He enrolled in a culinary school in Bordeaux. He was a dedicated and passionate student. After graduating, he began his journey as an apprentice. He worked in several of the finest restaurants across France. He absorbed the wisdom and skills of every mentor he encountered. Like a sponge, he stored everything he learned deep in his memory. Then he met the man who would change his life forever. That man was Roger Verge. Roger Verge was a legendary figure in French culinary circles. He was known as the poet of French cuisine. Working in his restaurant gave Alain Ducasse enormous inspiration. He learned that cooking was not merely a technical skill. Cooking was a language, a way of expressing the soul. This understanding transformed the way he thought about food entirely. By his mid-20s, Alain Ducasse had already demonstrated extraordinary talent. He was invited to Monaco to lead the kitchen of a new restaurant. Monaco is a small principality on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea. The sunshine, the ocean, and the abundance of ingredients there gave him a completely new source of inspiration. He wove the terroir of southern France into his cooking. He brought the colors of the Mediterranean to the dining table. That restaurant quickly earned the highest distinction in the Michelin Guide, 3 stars. Alain Ducasse had reached the summit of French cuisine. But sometimes fate has its own sense of humor. In 1984, Alain Ducasse survived a devastating plane crash. He was one of the few survivors. The aircraft went down near the Alps. Several of his colleagues and friends perished in that accident. He was seriously injured and spent a long time recovering in hospital. During that long period of healing, he thought about many things. Why are we here? What is the true meaning of cooking? He re-examined every choice he had made in his life. He later said that after the accident, he felt a profound gratitude for being alive. He developed a more reverent attitude toward food. Every dish became an act of thanksgiving. A way of expressing gratitude for every day he still got to stand in a kitchen. After his recovery, Alain Ducasse returned to the kitchen. He was more devoted than before, and much more thoughtful. He continued his work in Monaco. He kept researching, experimenting, and innovating. He brought the herbs of Provence into his menus. He made olive oil from Nice the soulful heart of his cooking. His culinary style became increasingly distinctive. Fresh, elegant, and filled with the warmth of southern sunshine. In 1987, he took over the kitchen of Le Louis XV restaurant in Monaco. This restaurant was commissioned especially for him by Prince Rainier III. Alain Ducasse accepted the challenge. In less than 3 years, he led Le Louis XV to earn 3 Michelin stars. The speed of that achievement shocked the entire French culinary world. Le Louis XV became his defining masterpiece. Every dish on the menu read like a poem: lobster, truffles, foie gras, sea urchin. But he was not simply piling up expensive ingredients. He used wisdom. He used storytelling. Behind every dish was a memory rooted in the earth. He would tell his guests where the tomatoes in a dish came from. He would explain that the olive oil in another dish was pressed by a farmer in a small village. He turned dining into a kind of cultural journey. After achieving that success, Alain Ducasse did not slow down. He began looking toward a wider world. He opened new restaurants in Paris. He expanded into New York, sparking a new wave of enthusiasm for French cuisine in America. He established a presence in Tokyo, entering into a dialogue with Japan's own tradition of refined dining. He extended his reach to London, Dubai, and Hong Kong. His empire grew larger and larger. But he always held firm to one principle. Every restaurant had to have a soul. Not just beautiful food, but an experience that people would never forget. In the year 2000, he set that historic record. The restaurants under his name simultaneously held 21 Michelin stars. 3 in France, 3 in Monaco, 3 in New York, and more across the globe. That number had never been seen before. The French government honored him with its highest distinctions. Food media around the world talked endlessly about the chef who had built a culinary empire. But then Alain Ducasse did something that surprised many people. In 2017, he voluntarily removed one of his Paris restaurants from the Michelin rating system. Not because the quality had declined. He personally requested that the restaurant be withdrawn from the guide. He said the stars no longer mattered to him. He said he did not want chefs to lose their creative freedom in pursuit of stars. He wanted cooking to return to its purest essence. That decision stunned the entire food world. Some said he was crazy. Others said he was visionary. He himself said it was one of the best decisions he had ever made. Alain Ducasse has an extraordinarily deep sense of mission when it comes to culinary education. He founded the Ducasse Education Institution in Paris. It is a professional school dedicated to training chefs. He wanted to pass on the culinary wisdom he had accumulated over decades to the next generation. He believed that a chef is not simply someone who prepares food. A chef is a guardian of culture. A chef is the bridge between the land and the table. His school has already trained thousands of culinary talents from countries around the world. Many of them have gone on to become the finest chefs in their own nations. He also holds very strong convictions about sustainable cuisine. He advocates using local ingredients to reduce carbon footprints. He supports small-scale farming and pushes back against industrial agriculture. He believes that a truly great dish must be gentle on the earth. His restaurant in Monaco has its own organic farm. He sends his chefs to work in the fields and harvest ingredients themselves. He says that only by truly understanding how food grows can one truly respect it. The culinary philosophy of Alain Ducasse can be captured in 3 ideas: essence, precision, and respect. Essence means seeking out the most original flavor in every ingredient. Precision means that every movement, every temperature, every timing must be exactly right. Respect means holding the highest regard for the ingredients, the farmers, and the guests. He once said something that moved many people deeply. He said the work of a chef is to translate the language of the land for people to hear. Whatever the land speaks, the chef expresses through cooking. This reverence for nature gives his dishes a kind of spiritual quality. Beyond restaurants and schools, he has written many books on cooking. These books are not simply recipe collections. They carry a philosophy of food and life. Through his writing, he has shared every dimension of his thinking about cuisine. He wants more people to understand that a truly good meal can change your mood. A truly good meal can heal something inside you. He believes that cooking is one of the most beautiful expressions of human civilization. When it comes to his culinary style, a few things stand out. First, he places enormous importance on vegetables. In many traditions of French cuisine, meat has always been the star. But Alain Ducasse believes vegetables are the real treasure. He has invested tremendous thought and energy into making vegetables more extraordinary than meat. He gives a tomato or a carrot the chance to become the leading character on the plate. In recent years, he has been a powerful advocate for plant-forward cooking. He sees it as the responsible choice for the future of our planet. Second, he has a deep reverence for the diverse food traditions of every region in France. He has traveled to every corner of the country, documenting recipes that are at risk of disappearing. He believes these rural dishes are the true roots of French culture. He weaves that traditional wisdom into his modern culinary creations. Third, he loves entering into dialogue with other cultures. His years of working in Japan taught him the Japanese reverence for ingredients taken to its most extreme expression. He brought that philosophy of subtraction back into French cuisine. The less you interfere, the more clearly the ingredient speaks for itself. Today, Alain Ducasse remains a vital and active presence in the world of food. He still thinks every day about the direction cuisine should take in the future. He is still nurturing the next generation of chefs. He is still traveling, still searching for the ingredients and stories that move him. His life is a legend about passion and perseverance. From a small boy on a farm in Gascony to the architect of a global culinary empire, he has never forgotten the aroma that filled his grandmother's kitchen. That was the scent of the earth. That was the scent of love. He has transformed that love into every dish he has ever created and offered it to guests all over the world. Can a chef change the world? Alain Ducasse has answered that question with his entire life. The answer is yes. As long as you care deeply. As long as you are honest. As long as you never stop learning. Cooking can be the most powerful language there is. Thank you so much for joining Jenny today to discover this extraordinary master of food. If you ever have the chance to visit France or Monaco, go to Louis XV. Taste the dish that has captivated the world. You will understand why people say that what you put in your mouth is not just food. It is a piece of history. It is a culture. It is love. See you next time.